There's one question that still bothers me years later. What would have happened if I had taken just a few more steps? Not 10 more minutes. Not even 1 more minute. Just a few steps. The answer was hidden behind a bedroom door in a dark house in Julian, California, and something tells me I was never supposed to walk away from it. At the time, I had recently moved into a small apartment attached to a family home. It wasn't much, but it was mine. Like most people starting over in a new place, I needed furniture. My budget was practically non-existent, so every evening after work, I found myself scrolling through Craigslist, hoping to find bargains, hand-me-downs, or maybe even something free. After about a week of searching, I came across an ad that immediately grabbed my attention. The title was written entirely in capital letters. Free Maplewood TV stand, mint condition. I clicked it instantly. The listing had only been posted a couple of hours earlier. That was a good sign. Usually, anything valuable and free disappeared almost immediately. The photo showed a beautiful Maplewood TV stand that looked practically brand new. No scratches, no visible damage. It looked better than furniture people were trying to sell for hundreds of dollars. The explanation seemed reasonable enough. According to the description, the owner's boyfriend was leaving for military service. He had too much furniture and nowhere to store it. She was moving back in with her parents and needed everything gone quickly. At the bottom of the ad was a phone number with a simple message. Call or text. I texted right away. Within minutes, I received a response from someone named Anna. She sounded friendly and surprisingly eager to get rid of the stand. She told me she would be home from work around 9 that night and invited me to come take a look. I replied almost immediately. Absolutely. I'll be there. She sent me an address. I thanked her. Then the conversation stopped. At the time, nothing about it felt particularly strange. Looking back now, that silence was probably the first warning sign. The rest of the afternoon passed normally. I went about my day, occasionally thinking about the TV stand and how lucky I had gotten. Free furniture in good condition wasn't exactly common. Every now and then I checked my phone, expecting another message from Anna, but nothing came. Around 2 o'clock, I sent a quick text just to confirm our plans. No response. Hours passed. As evening settled over Julian, the sky darkened and the streets became quiet. By 8:30 p.m., I was starting to wonder whether I had been ghosted. I called her number. The phone rang several times before going to voicemail. I didn't leave a message. A few seconds later, my phone buzzed. It was Anna. You can come now. That was it. No apology. No explanation. Still, I already had the address, and I wasn't about to pass up a free TV stand. I entered the location into my GPS, grabbed my keys, and started driving. The neighborhood seemed ordinary enough when I arrived. The house sat quietly beneath the night sky. No lights from neighboring homes stood out. No people were outside. Everything felt still. I walked up to the front door and remembered something Anna had mentioned earlier. Don't ring the doorbell. So I knocked instead. 3 separate times. Nothing. No footsteps. No movement. No answer. I called her again. She didn't pick up. Then another text appeared. Just let yourself in. I stared at the screen. The words felt wrong. Who tells a complete stranger to enter their house alone at night? I typed back immediately. Is everything okay? No response. I waited. Still nothing. The silence stretched longer than it should have. Part of me wanted to leave. Another part convinced me I was overthinking things. Maybe she was carrying boxes. Maybe she was in another room. Maybe she couldn't get to the door. After several moments of hesitation, curiosity won. I reached for the doorknob. The door wasn't locked. As I pushed it open, the hinges released a loud, creaking sound that echoed through the house. There was no way anyone inside could have missed it. I stepped across the threshold and quietly closed the door behind me. Immediately, something felt off. The house was darker than it should have been. Most of the curtains appeared closed. The air carried a stale smell, a mixture of dust, mildew, and old fabric. Then, from somewhere upstairs, a voice called out, "Come up." I froze for a second before answering. "All right, be right there." But the moment I heard that voice, a knot formed in my stomach. Something about it wasn't right. I started climbing the staircase slowly. Each step creaked beneath my shoes. The house remained unnaturally quiet. No television, no music, no sounds of moving furniture. Just silence. Halfway up the stairs, I called out, "Anna." The voice answered almost immediately. "Yep." I continued climbing. The response should have reassured me. Instead, it made me even more uncomfortable. There was something strange about the way she spoke. At first, I couldn't identify it. The voice sounded slightly forced, almost as if someone were trying too hard to sound casual. When I reached the second floor, I found myself standing at the center of a hallway that split in two directions. The upstairs was dimly lit. Long shadows stretched across the walls. A faint draft moved through the corridor. Trying to lighten the mood, I laughed nervously and called out, "Which way?" "Left." The answer came from somewhere beyond an open bedroom door. I followed the sound. The closer I got, the more unsettled I became. The bedroom itself was enormous, but mostly empty. The lack of furniture immediately struck me as odd. There was almost nothing inside. No moving boxes. No signs of someone packing. No evidence that anyone lived there at all. I stopped at the doorway. "Anna." No answer. I leaned forward and looked into the room. Nobody. The room appeared completely vacant. My pulse began to speed up. "Anna." Still nothing. A growing sense of danger settled over me. Every instinct was telling me to leave. I took a small step backward. Then the voice came again. "Over here. Just come inside." This time the words seemed to come from directly behind the open bedroom door. And suddenly I understood what had been bothering me. The voice wasn't feminine. Not even close. It sounded like a man attempting to imitate a woman. The realization hit me all at once. Every strange text, every unanswered call, every unusual request, every piece of this situation suddenly fit together. My mouth went dry. The room felt colder. I knew with absolute certainty that something was very wrong. The person speaking to me wasn't Anna. Maybe there was never an Anna. I forced myself to sound calm. "Oh, I forgot something in my car. I'll be right back." For a brief moment, there was silence. I didn't wait for a response. I turned and started walking away. Not running. Not yet. Just moving steadily toward the staircase. Every nerve in my body screamed at me not to look back. Then I heard movement behind the door. Fast movement. Heavy movement. And in that instant, I knew I had made the right decision. The moment I reached the hallway, the bedroom door exploded open behind me. Not slowly. Not casually. It flew open with sudden force. The violent sound echoed through the upstairs corridor. I never stopped to see who opened it. I never turned around. The second I heard it, every survival instinct took control. I sprinted. My shoes pounded against the wooden floor. The hallway blurred around me. I hit the staircase and practically launched myself down it. The steps thundered beneath my feet as I rushed toward the front door. I could hear movement upstairs. Heavy footsteps. Fast footsteps. Someone was there. Someone had been waiting. The realization sent a wave of adrenaline through my body unlike anything I had ever experienced. I reached the bottom floor and grabbed the front doorknob. Then it happened. A voice roared through the house. No longer pretending. No longer disguised. No longer trying to sound like a woman. A deep male voice shouted behind me, "Come back." The sound was so sudden and so aggressive that it seemed to shake the air around me. I yanked the door open. Cold night air hit my face. I ran. The distance between the house and my car couldn't have been more than a few yards, but it felt endless. My hands trembled as I fumbled for the door handle. Finally, I threw myself inside. The moment I slammed the door shut, I felt the first hint of relief. Not safety, just relief. I started the engine and pulled away immediately. I never looked in the rearview mirror. I didn't want to know if someone had come outside. I didn't want to know if anyone was watching me leave. I just wanted distance. As much distance as possible. The house disappeared behind me as I drove through the dark streets of Julian. My heart continued hammering against my ribs the entire drive home. Even after I locked my apartment door behind me, I couldn't calm down. Something terrible had almost happened. I could feel it. The details remained unclear, but the danger had been real. The voice alone was enough to convince me of that. That wasn't the voice of someone selling furniture. That was the voice of someone angry that their plan had failed. When I finally got home, the first thing I did was block the phone number. I wanted no further contact. No explanations. No apologies. Nothing. The entire situation had crossed far beyond the point of being suspicious. After blocking the number, I opened Craigslist and searched for the listing. I intended to report it. The ad was gone. Completely gone. It had already been removed. Whether the person deleted it themselves or Craigslist took it down, I never found out. And honestly, I didn't want to know. At that point, all I cared about was putting the experience behind me. I told myself it wasn't my problem anymore. I wasn't going back to that house. I wasn't contacting anyone. I wasn't investigating. Whatever had been waiting behind that bedroom door could stay there. For a while, I managed to move on. Life returned to normal. The apartment got furnished eventually. I found other deals, other listings, other people who turned out to be exactly who they claimed to be. But every once in a while, usually late at night, that memory resurfaces. I remember standing in that dark hallway. I remember the stale smell inside the house. I remember the empty bedroom. Most of all, I remember that voice. The fake female voice calling me upstairs. The strange pauses. The careful instructions. The feeling that someone was guiding me deeper into the house for a reason. And then the moment the mask slipped. The moment I realized there was a man hiding behind that door. Even now, years later, I find myself wondering what would have happened if curiosity had outweighed caution. What if I had stepped into the room? What if I had ignored my instincts? What if I had stayed just a few seconds longer? Those questions never seem to go away. The truth is, I'll never know who was inside that house. I'll never know whether there was ever a woman named Anna. I'll never know what the real plan was. And maybe that's for the best. Some mysteries are better left unsolved. What I do know is this. The fear I felt running down those stairs was real. The voice yelling after me was real. And whatever was waiting behind that bedroom door wasn't expecting me to leave. That's why, whenever people talk about buying things from strangers online, I tell them this story. Because sometimes the most dangerous situations don't look dangerous at all. Sometimes they look like a free piece of furniture. And by the time you realize something is wrong, you're already inside the house.